Beaver, away!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Critscast. It is some more of that Australian Highlander action that you know and love at this time of day. It is Respawn League main this time, the semi-finals here, determining who is going to remain in playoffs between these two teams, Methamphetamain versus Goobers. I guess we can run down who is actually on all of these teams. On the side of Goobers, it is Miffy on Scout, Gus on Soldier, Peep on Pyro, User on Demo, Vashta, him up the Heavy, Old Custard on Demo, Boo on Medic, Cobra on Sniper, and then Henwy on Spy.
And on Methamphetamain, the lads who beat me up is JP on Scout, Dave Ort on Soldier, Dibby Doda on Pyro, Akeem on Demo Man, Rainy on Heavy, Bakes on Engineer, Wasteman on Medic, Banana Will Rule on Sniper, and Daggerman 105 on Spy.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of maps, we're going to be starting out on a classic Asheville game, and then heading over to Upward, and then if it's necessary, we end on Viaduct, so nothing too crazy.
Definitely. Oh, it does look like we are going live now, though.
Does look like it. The countdown is in. We're heading to our first round on Asheville. Methamphetamain versus Goobers. Let's see what these mids are gonna look like. Nothing too crazy on the roll. Actually, yeah, it will be Akim getting there quite a bit faster than User, but super low right away. Gonna have to pack off, get some health. But well going. A lot of people going low. Wasteman, 16 HP to start this mid. Not a great start. And Cobra's pretty good double. Akim and Banana down. Massive picks to start off a mid, and that's just an easy cap for Goobers.
Yeah, I mean, Akeem did get there quite a lot faster, but didn't quite manage to block off Shutter, so User was just able to walk through there and apply his DM directly to the enemy team's combo. And with the Soldier just going in for a massive bomb, just putting so much pressure onto Methamphetamain, there wasn't really much they could do.
Yeah, Dave Orrit tried to go for a bit of a salvage there, but not able to find anything. We do have Henwy decloaking in a good position. Will manage to get Rainy out on that Heavy. So that's a good pick to cement their position here. But as Wasteman did manage to keep his life, there will be an exchange happening. So again, actually it's going to be the aggressive Uber out from Goobers to try and do something here. But Wasteman, the crucial one here, is safe and sound. So this should be a repush as soon as these spawners come in. Actually, they're not going to wait. They're just going to take the super straight across. But again, not managing to find a Boo on the medic, so that's not going to mean that that's not going to be great, but they're actually holding on to this. And they're just getting picked apart, actually. Players in behind, getting sniped on point and spammed by User. This is an absolute disaster, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good kite from Goobers there, just managing to pull right out and completely avoid the Uber, just leave their Pyro behind to completely stuff it right as it's trying to get around corner. Scout not quite able to hit his shots there and finish it off too quickly. I think he was actually forced there for their Uber earlier, so yeah, that was a really good play out of Methamphetamain for that one.
Yeah, definitely, but not able to actually capitalize on the results that, unfortunately, Dave Art again getting denied on the attempt. The Cobra is trading right now. If you saw that in chat. He's got a bunch of keys.
Yeah, best way to warm up for your game, definitely.
Just get the drift in. But yeah, I mean, User's going down, but I don't know how much he's actually going to manage to make off that demo pick. Probably not much. Wasteman's still at an Uber disad here. And, oh, actually, there's Dave Art in successful force now onto Boo. Finally going to cement an advantage here for Wasteman to try and make something out. Have to see how they want to approach it.
Really good forces out of Methamphetamain here. Goobers hasn't been able to hold on to the Uber for any long amount of time. We'll have to see if the super actually works out instead of getting stuck on the Pyro.
Yeah, well, they have any more frags this time. Peep, User, Vashta all go down, and so does Boo, crucially. So they are still in this, but it's a long road in the round. 2 minutes 50 on the clock and only 25 to contest.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to hold this one for a long time, but I mean, if they get more massive frags like that out, that's going to be pretty good for them.
You can see they're actually forward holding.
Yeah, they are. Forward holding right.
You
this
do
right
not
side.
see that too often.
Not often, and here's why. Cobra has a really good angle right on the medic. They're being forced to push so far in just to keep themselves safe with that snipe.
Vashta has been picked off on the good, and the use is just gonna go for the palm end. Nearly got. Oh, not gonna fit it. Oh, this fight was so close, but Wasteman will live. I spoke so far too soon. Soldier Bombman will follow it up, and I mean that's the danger of that kind of a hold. You know, high risk, high reward, but I don't know if it was really worth it.
Exactly. A really different part of that is they can just do exactly what Goobers did, push up bats, take all that space, and then just have all the time in the world to do as much damage as they need to.
Yeah. And yeah, Banana Rule will get a pick up at the point, but it is just the Pyro. Risa is down as well, maybe some ground can be made, but it's probably not going to be much. And with Boo having that Uber on point, these seconds are crucial. See Bakes trying to apply some pressure forward, they just have to basically suicide on this point. They can Uber straight onto it, and there it is, onto user. It's a family Uber, it's a white, and that's a first round shortly on the books. There it is, for the Goobers. Up 1-0.
Yeah, it was pretty dominant for them. Only 1 minute off the time for the other team, so I mean, definitely showing that they picked the right map.
Yeah, I said this is their pick, so you would expect them to be very confident on it. But you know, Asheville is a very default map, as we said. Not expecting anyone to be collapsing under the pressure. You see this a lot more of even of a mid, no one dying instantly like last time. Hopefully indicative of how the round will actually go as well, just people getting pressured. No frags actually found quite yet. The player's dropping very, very low. And there it is, the first frag onto the scout. As it's so often, but then there's Wasteman, the bomb straight from the roof. No one there to deny it, and it will just get picked off, so look for the follow-up attempt, maybe. Doesn't look like anyone's gonna get onto Boo at least yet. That will be the first cap.
Yeah, these soldiers have had so much control over the other team's roofs so far, just being able to get so much spam down onto them and doing like what Gus did right there and managing to pick the meta.
Banana will win the SBS, that's something. Can try start work some angles, potentially gets his team an opening here. But as long as that Uber remains, it's going to be very difficult. Dave Orrit goes in, not as successful on the sack as he had been before. And, Vashta goes down. Again, these pick classes are finding openings. It's just not really enough to push off of.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, Dagman's having quite a large success this game, but Cobra is as well. And, you know, these pick classes are, like you said, doing some work, but maybe not at the most appropriate times to get a big advantage for your team.
Yeah, Bake's getting bombed out in the corner, completely alone. Not able to do much about that. And actually, Rainy having a tough time fighting off that soldier. Doing a ton of work for the Goobies this run. And Banana getting stabbed right going into when this exchange coming out. Oh no, but actually no, they were did come out. I completely missed that.
Yeah, Boo got forced there and had to pop there to try to jump.
I was watching the spy, yeah.
Completely turned off him. And then the Methamphetamain flank just managed to completely control the bats area and stop Cobra from doing anything.
Yeah, both medics keeping their heads, but because of how early Boo popped, it will actually be a decent Uber. We'll see if they want to actually play off of that, or if it'll even come into effect. So we do see the first cap a lot less dominant than it was last time. And yeah, actually Cobra losing the SVS again will stunt their growth a little bit, and getting the soldiers. So that's, again, a lot of mobility and potential lost for this team.
Yeah, I mean, this is now the perfect opportunity for Goobers. If they do lose their sniper to that 5, that shouldn't be too awful for them since they did win that SVS earlier. I mean, now Cobra does have kind of free reign though, but they do get the force.
Yeah, there's the Uber. It's going to come straight out, but Wasteland's already down 90%. It's being completely stuffed by Dibby. So, a really poor attempt here at the Uber. See if they can find any frags off the back of the post fight at least. But then there's going to be the counter coming out. And, oh no, it's completely stuffed though. It's just basically an Uber into a Pyro. That's highly questionable. I don't think they need to use there on Methamphetamain.
Maybe they didn't need to use, but I mean, Boo has not been healing at all so far, so they're going to have advantage anyway. This is looking into a pretty dire situation for Goob.
Yeah, I mean they will, but I feel like it could have been a lot better situation, especially since they got so little with the Uber. But
Yeah,
I guess it is what it is, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, I mean, could work out better for them. It's one of those cases where they probably don't know that Bennett wasn't healing there, so they're going to think they have either even or disadvantage, which could allow a lot of pressure coming out from the red team.
Yeah, and he uses picking up frags, but it's being matched by the team effort of Methamphetamain, and actually succeeded as well. Just grinding to a halt as we wait for these Ubers to come up, the classic Asheville dance. So we said it will be Wasteman up on it first. We'll have to see if they are aware of their advantage at all. Doesn't seem like it given where they're standing. And they would also just be content not to take this in. Just gonna send Dave Ord onto ramp, see what he can find. Banana winning another SVS. Again, Cobra, you know, obviously popping off for his team in the first round, but struggled a little bit in the second. But Henry again kicking off the sniper as this Uber exchange is gonna come out around Shutter. And it is actually going to just be the scout cut for now. We'll have to see how this post fight actually ends out. And it will be in favor of them for now, but Kim is actually just going to walk in on Boo in the post. Follow-up bomb from Dave Orrit, going to clean up Miffy. And this is a massively scrappy fight. Will still end in the favor of the Goobers.
I mean, that's a pretty rough situation for Methamphetamain there. They decided to take an aggressive exchange instead of just waiting out the push from Goobers, and it just went awfully for them in Shutter. Users walked forward with the beam, just crushed everyone that sort of tried to get away from that one.
Yeah, but I think they'll still be okay with it. Like, that was a massive hold for them. Already down to 6 seconds on the clock. Still a minute and a half to whittle off for the Goobers, so absolutely fine with having to give it the point. And crucially keeping the medic up alive, so they will get another crack at it shortly. Just some flanking classes trading. Kim and Biggs getting pushed off is not the best performance, and actually Wasteman is incredibly low and just eats a rocket, walks around the corner when he really shouldn't have. And that is going to throw this whole push into jeopardy.
This is the rough part of like losing the point when you have that advantage, or even a sort of even situation. Now it's going to be so much harder to take it, especially against Goobers, who've really shown that they can hold for so long. Of course, Boo has been getting forced pretty often, so they're not in the system just yet.
Yeah, and there goes Dave Orrit in another attempt, but after one rocket, that Pyro will manage to reflect it. Boo does go down kind of low, but oh no, it just drops the follow-up bomb, not expected, just hiding in the dispenser, waiting for heals, and just gonna get a rocket dropped on their head. That's gonna make everything crumble. Now the point pressure is coming out. That is absolutely massive. But Wasteman did go down and all of that as well. There will be new Ubers on the field in these waning seconds. But I don't even know if Goobers can get on it. There is a soldier, but it's not enough. 1-1 the score.
Just perfect timing there. Even though Waitman did go down, they just hadn't quite enough players to get there and hold that point, prevent Goobers from sort of doing any kind of re-push with their flank. That was just disastrous. They really need to manage to protect their medic better in these situations where they have the point.
Yeah, I think they just didn't expect the re-bomb from Dave Orrit. Really well done. We got some reflex happening all over the place in this first bit, but Akim will be the first frag to fall. And losing Demoman early on the mid is not what you want. It looks like they are just going to sell out instantly on Methamphetamain.
Yeah, I mean, these soldiers have been doing so much work for these teams at the moment. Gus just managed to get these early bombs to win his team in the mid so convincingly, picking up the demos so quickly. And just the pressure they've been able to get on the other team's medics and combos is unreal. There needs to be something done about them.
Yeah, it really does. Banana starting to pop off, getting a few frags of his own. And he actually gets it as well, but pick class is being found out for Methamphetamain as well, as it looks like they are just going to start edging out this cap pretty uncontested for the time being.
Yeah, the soldier managed to kill the the red medic there, Boo going down to Dave Orrit.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, pretty free capture for them.
Yeah, she's gonna miss that somehow. And you see Pete going for the Pyro Sack, big brain, full of from gas, not gonna find anything on either of those fronts. Waste does go a bit low, but no matter.
Yeah, still not a bad situation for Methamphetamain here. They have all their players, they have Uberad and a pretty convincing hold here. They're gonna need to make sure they don't commit the same sin again, which looks like they're doing, going for that exchange through Shutter, which has not been so successful for them last.
But it didn't get stuffed this time, at least. They found Vashta and the Pyro, so they at least finding frags this time, and they're not just getting massacred in Shutter. But it's a question of how they actually work this situation. This is a really precarious place to hold for this team, and anytime you trade these kills, you know, the spawn is going to come in faster for the team that doesn't have the point, so it's really not that great for you. Rainey's going to get caught out in the lobby area, but they will manage to back out without losing their back this time.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
Wasteman actually did die a lot earlier on, so yeah, that's actually super rough for them, because, I mean, this is the situation. They have Uber and they decide to do an aggressive exchange without quite knowing where the medic is or being able to catch him out. And I've always been of the opinion that if you have Uber, the only time you should ever really use is if you think you can kill the enemy team's medic, or you're absolutely forced to otherwise, because otherwise you're just put in a situation like this where the enemy team now has full Uber advantage and have the point.
Yeah, it is, but there is the Uber going to come out from Goobers as well. I think it was actually a force. I didn't see quite from what, but not going to find much, so they will put themselves back on even footing. Actually decent advantage, about 30%. So that is very pushable. Unless Henry has anything to say about it, in a decent position. Keep an eye on him.
Davor's actually keeping a pretty solid hold of the flank right now as well.
Yeah, Davor has absolutely been ruling over the flank on this game. Getting all those amazing moves as well. Actually just going to stand in the corner for the time being. And, oh no, Dagamon with double Boo and Vashta. Gonna go down. And yeah, that's absolutely massive. Going to take back this point instantly off that.
Yeah, I mean, this is now looking pretty decently for Methamphetamain again. Wasteman still hasn't been healing, but he is going to have Uber advantage regardless. Or, well, even Uber's now that Boo started healing as well. So, this just an even Uber hold on the point. Not the worst situation for them, even though they've been losing out in sort of the straight DM fights with Goobers so far.
Yeah. Oh, they're going for this forward hold again. It didn't work out so well last time. The coordinate bomb's able to take it. And yeah, okay, they are going to back out of it. Not sure exactly what they were going for, but I mean, yeah, just pick classes doing the thing as we wait for these Ubers to come back into play. Actually, it seems we... Yeah, Wasteman's actually found himself a decent amount of ad, I think just through building a little bit better.
Yeah,
but despite that, with all those things going on in this team, you can't really contest. It's not worth taking kind of an exchange. Oh, it's crits! Oh, I've been completely blindsided. And it's cringe crits at that. That found absolutely nothing. Massive crits.
Jesus, despite blindsiding the other team just like we were blindsided, just didn't get anything there. And now that's gonna give Goobers full Uber and hold the point again. Which is not too well with only a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, it's been traded hands quite a few times this round. Unlike quite a few of the others ones, but have to see how they want to actually play. There's some Bruz being dropped. No one quite sure exactly what was happening there. Not dire straits for anyone yet, so we'll have to see how they want to approach this. Imagine we'll see some sacks come in. Davor's been denied. Have to get healed up and probably go for it again.
Yeah, this is a situation where so far no team
They have, they've killed the heavy, so this is probably gonna be when sack comes in, and the force will happen. Boo dropping to 75, not wanting to risk it. That will be an opportunity here for Wasteman, assuming he stays alive. Alright. There's still that soldier in lobby. After last time, I don't trust that. You know.
I've gotta say, a little bit of me dies inside every single time I see a medic used to a soldier or dropped to a soldier in Highlander. And so far it looks like none of these teams have actually been able to execute a successful hold with Uber advantage, with Methamphetamain using it every time. Uber's awesome.
Yep, there's that, Uber coming out coin right as overtime in. You gotta be careful in those, it was almost a bit too much of a family Uber, blocking the people who were trying to get cap time. But won't backfire on them in the end. They will secure that point, but now this is danger zone for Methamphetamain. If they lose this cap at all, it is the round.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's gonna almost looks like there's destined to lose this as Goobers, does have Uber advantage here, and not too many players dead as well, so they're gonna be able to push this any second now, really aggressively. Yeah,
already against the edge of the cap. They know that Methamphetamain have to stop them. Will they even be able to in time? It'll be very, very hard. That heavy on point, so hard to deal with. Uber's gonna come out, and this is perfectly played from Goobers. They know what they need. And that will be the round for them. 2-1. Is it getting very close? After the first round, I was a little worried.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's not going to be just a roll. But I mean, Methamphetamain has got some, I'll say, dubious decision-making sometime for some of these plays. Like pulling out there on the Uber disadvantage. But hopefully they're going to be able to tighten this up even further as these rounds will go on, because they have just been getting closer and closer.
Yeah, I did it, but Henry's going to start this mid with 2 big stabs. User just walking across as well, and that's another dominant mid win for the Goobers, but they did lose their med. So that kind of came at a cost.
Yeah, definitely, and this cost that Methamphetamain will hopefully be able to abuse really hard, because Wasteman is very, very close to Uber, and there's still 3 players down on the side of Goobers.
Yeah, there is. We'll have to see where they want to take this push from. It looks like it's going to be Bats. I'm just going to walk. I came across point here. If they don't have to pop, they'd like to avoid it. And given that they just found out Vashta, it doesn't look like they will. But they're going to go for the aggressive Uber again, it looks like. This hasn't worked out for them, but it hasn't stopped them from trying. And actually, they're just going to get bullied out by the Pyro without having to use. So kind of lucky in that regard.
Yeah, Wasteman deciding not to use this is a great decision for his team, because now they can hold the 3-Brad again. But again, it looks like they don't want to sort of keep this passive. They do want to try to use this aggressively. They're taking hard shot.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate the initiative, right? You want to keep rolling that advantage for your team, but Asheville, it's so difficult to do that if the other team knows what they're doing. And, I mean, Daggerman will get a pick to open the situation, so this is not exactly even quite yet. The Wasteman will be the first to use, so we'll have to see what Boo is doing, and yeah, it's not even going to be.
Yeah, no, this is just rocky as heck for them, because they had to force that Uber there and were unable to get any designs on the Methamphetamain, which allows just a free reign use from Goobers here. Doesn't really look like they're going to pick up Wasteman though, because he does get out.
Yeah, quite a few frags found, but not the crucial man. Saw a scout chase all the way deep, try and find him, but no luck. See what they want to do. Oh no, but never mind. Henry's got him. Henry's got him in the pack there. Ah, just when you think you're safe.
Yeah, that's not a good situation for Methamphetamain. I mean, they pulled out great and got their medic alive, which is great for the repush, and then just losing to that spy there, it's just got to be crushing.
Yeah, anytime you get pushed on, you manage to get your med out. It's a classic leapfrog. You know you're in a good situation. And it looks like the soldiers, they actually want more. Wasteman is back up, so there is a bright shining target on their team. And this soldier's actually gotten in. Oh, but denied really well. But while the Pyro's letting the soldier, Henry's straight back in.
It's the medic one more time. Oh man, that's brutal. Because this
Great
time,
synergy.
Yeah, really well for them. That kind of dual pressure is working out fantastically. The main problem is here is going to be keeping Boo alive, not unforced for this hold, which so far they haven't had the greatest track record of it. And sure enough, here comes David.
Yeah, not as lucky as he has been with those forces. But, you know, he's trying his darndest at this point to try and scrap some kind of advantage up for his team. And oh my god, did you look at that? The back on the crits. It was terrible the first time. Let's see if it's better the second time around. Kim's already dead before the crits can even come out. Good start.
Not the best situation, but I mean, at least the enemy Uber isn't going anywhere, so they have their time to get that demo man back up. And if they manage to catch them out really well, then they could get a drop.
Yeah, that they could. But
it's unlikely. Boo has had a pretty good trigger finger for these crits, hasn't really been able to get dropped so far. So.
Yeah, Boo, and also the Pyro Peep has been doing quite a good job denying these bombs. Yeah, TF2 just gets absolutely stuffed there. Spies sussed out, and that's a lot of the danger gone. And this is going to be a heavy crits actually, but I mean, heavy crits doesn't have quite that explosive potential of the Demo Man crits. Like, you can't just one-shot someone out of existence. And it does not gonna work out great for them. Wasteman went down. Boo, safe and sound.
I am a pretty big fan of the laser beam crits when you have to take it against an Uber for that even Uber stuff, because you can just shoot all the non-Uber players and force them to either flash everyone and lose their Uber in 2 seconds, or lose half their team during the Uber. And it has worked out pretty nicely for Methamphetamain, especially because they can't really focus down the heavy like they can focus down on Demo Man in this group.
Yeah, they can, but the problem with that is just, like, with the positioning where they're, like, walking it across point, they've already lost quite a few seconds to the crits by the time they even are in their position to fire. So, it's a little questionable, but, I mean, I guess they got the point back, so it wasn't that bad.
I wouldn't exactly ascribe that to the crits, but yeah, sure enough. There's better ways they can utilize that one.
It was all planned.
Yeah, we'll say it's all planned. Methamphetamine had this plan before the game even started.
It's in the script, you know. But either way, Boo is coming up on their Uber, and with only 1 second left on the point, they are gonna have to get locked out for Methamphetamine to keep their hopes of this map alive. And he's gonna just be straight on in, frags all over the place, Wasteman's dead, and it's looking pretty darn grim for Methamphetamine to keep their hopes alive. Davor's doing what he can, trying to salvage, will block the point, but it is all for naught. The map's gonna end 3-1 for the Goobers. We're gonna head into the pick of Methamphetamine, which is going to be upward. And we do have some logs to show you. We're gonna see the scouts leading the way for their teams, followed by the soldier of the Goobers. We're heading on to upward now, which is quite a change of pace going from Koth to payload, but also the pick of Methamphetamine. So you would think if this is a map that they were gonna take, it would be this one. Wait and see, we are into this first round.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Well, we got the extremely exciting rollout happening at the moment, you know. What will the engineer decide to do? Eureka effect or, you know, not? Turns out he is going for the Eureka effect, ladies and gentlemen.
Last time we saw Bakes with a very unfortunate rollout on Borneo, he accidentally stepped on his teleporter without the Eureka effects and left teleported to first without his sentry.
Oh, man. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, but doesn't look like we're seeing any of that right now.
No, it does look like he's practiced it. He's got it more down this time. There is a sentry. He is actually deciding to put the sentry gun forward instead of outside the spawn. So it's not quite the Jag effect rollout, doesn't seem like.
Yeah, not quite, but I mean, if it gets the job done, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just wondering why not just roll the... Oh, he Jag picked it on the dispenser. There we go.
Yeah.
4, 3.
So just choosing to get that little thing dispenser straight up and running. But here it is, the start of the round, what we're really here for, the meat and potatoes. As well, really, it's going to be some sack waves probably coming out straight away. See the cart getting moved up. And I don't see anything, you know, super strange, you know, sometimes you see some crazy shenanigans up at first, you know. We do see the jetpack backburner, that is always a classic. You'll have to see, and Cobra winning the SBS straight off is a decent bit of pressure off of them, just going to be able to really rule those tracks area a lot more effectively. And we do see people falling, but oh, and the gun will actually get stamped out. That is pretty big.
Yeah, this card is actually already very close here.
Yeah.
They're moving this forward super quickly.
Yeah, just off the sack waves and the pressure from that, they're gonna have to pack all the way out to second. That is really massive here. Just like the medics didn't die, but like everyone else did, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly, and that's probably one of the most successful sack waves I've seen on Upward. 57 seconds, under a minute for the first cap.
Yeah.
That's looking really good for Goobers right now. They're going to be able to get a lot of forward pressure off this and just be able to trade if they decide to hold forward on the Methamphetamine.
Yeah, and they will be adopting that cliff, you know, and I think that's probably a good play in this situation. You want to give your NG time to get the sentry and stuff set up for the actual point defense. But it is only good, of course, if you don't lose your players, and they will just back out right there. It's not too surprising. Let's see this exchange come out. Well, I say exchange. Yeah, there it is. Much better Uber here for the side of Methamphetamine as they just blast them back on the cart. Post Uber's going to be where this is really decided, of course. As Akim going down to Cobra. One of the first frags. That is not a great start.
Shot by Dave Orrit on top of the hill. That's unfortunate for Goober.
Yeah, just Dave Orrit again ruling those bombs straight onto Boo. And that really keeps the team in it. That was a precarious situation they win. But Henry, once more, onto the back of Wasteman. Just not been his game.
No, not at all, man. I mean, the stage is Wasteman is aggravated the Semifinals. Henry has been on him 24/7 so far.
Yeah. Henry is living rent-free in that man's head. And that is a 2 minutes 40-second point. Quite a good pace being set so far.
Yeah, definitely. While the first Uber was kind of stuffed from them, they did manage to sort of succeed that repush, having down Wasteman. But the players do kind of get caught out by Davort.
Yeah, Davort, again, just such a nuisance on these flanks. Doing super well, but Henry gonna decide to take him out now. Maybe eliminating the biggest threat.
And Henry's just really picking apart this defense here, because whenever he's so pleased, he's so far. The good thing at least is
I
that
just saw an attempt for a spoon to come out, but that was absolutely denied, thank God.
thank God, we don't need any more of it. That's the Uber coming out as
Oh,
well,
and the Super's gonna come out, yeah. And super far back, I'm not sure exactly. That must have been a force, because you would never Uber there normally.
Yeah, it must be a Forster sniper or something. Who has been, like, I'd say that who was a bit trigger happy on these forces, but they haven't been dropped as well, so, you know, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's pros and cons to both of those things, but, you know, that will secure a large advantage here for Wasteman, so an attempt to stabilize on third at the very least. Gotta stop this scout from
Look like
actually...
they're testing that card though.
Oh yeah, and look, it's gone all the way up the slope, almost actually a cap for the scout. It looks like they might just throw some bodies at it, see if they can get it across the line, but Bakes with some excellent wrangler work.
Though as well.
Oh yeah, just see. Don't really know.
What the plans for. I mean, I can see this as an idea for forward pressure, so they can push the card over, but they're not really pressuring it. Oh,
yeah, I mean, you saw. Oh yeah. But the use as well. Oh my God! Henry got flashed in the Uber.
Oh no! It's tragic.
Oh, poor Wasteman. Daggerman though will get the revenge stab onto the I don't know if you see what Wasteman just
it's just so
I don't think we can read that on stream, but it can go in the logs if you want.
TOS there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but as you can see, Henry's been definitely having his impact on the mental health of these players.
You know, that's the demoralization is going to be really strong. That also does mean an under 5 minute cap in third from Goobers. Even though, you know, Uber's situation was pretty rough there, they are still pushing this card forward. Yeah,
they are. It's just the constant. Look, the card is just always seemingly moving forward, even when the sniper, when the defense is actually there. But obviously, it is on last. You'd hope the defense can sort of crystallize here. We do have that rank level 2 being an absolute nuisance. There's quite a few players already down. They can't really contest the cart.
Yeah, I think Wasteman died again, based on his comment, I'm assuming, to the sniper.
Yeah, probably.
Wasteman making the castle job really easy, making sure we know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, oh, Mr. Medpick, I'll see what he's mad about in chat now. And yeah, just, and he's died again, yeah, everyone just trying to sell out for this cut. And that's going to be a 5:40 time. You know, upward, you can have fast times, but that is still very impressive.
Yeah, no, definitely. Goobers should be really happy with that time. That's something that would be a pretty easy defense. But, I mean, we'll see what Methamphetamain does on their own offense here, because, I mean, especially on upward, this is one of those maps where you can set a pretty decent attack, and then, you know, the other side just blitzes you out in 4 minutes or something.
Yeah, and it's important to remember as well, this is being played as a best of 3, so, you know, Methamphetamain, actually, last time I saw them on Payload, which was on that Borneo game, you know, they actually had a disastrous first point, but they brought it back very convincingly, so even if they lose this, they're not out of it quite yet.
Best of 3 is the bane of my existence.
I guess I've just always been used to it playing it in NA.
Right. I mean, we got rid of it because people just got too confused and had no idea how to play. You know, what team are we supposed to be on? What's going on here?
Yeah, well, at least we're on the same page right now. And then just in case we aren't, we always have Mr. Administrator in the mumble with us to sort it out. Yeah, former.
Well, that remains to be decided.
You never leave, truly.
Yeah,
and we are seeing, we are seeing Dave Orr at this time on the direct hit. Always love to see that come out on these first waves. And we'll have to see if this axe can be anywhere near as successful as we saw from the side of the Goobies. But no one really going for it quite yet, just getting that cart forward.
Akim did go earlier, but got absolutely demolished.
Scout got absolutely sniffed out by the Dragon.
Oh, that's the engineer going down the sniper, which gives the spy free reign to set and kill the sentry.
Yeah, and that it will end this exchange. It's actually coming out, but it's basically just being used to run away on the Goobies. So yeah, very successful first take, although they won't have any ad to roll into second with. Just Vasha going down on the tail end.
It's going for, I don't know what that was.
That was a thing. And, oh, Cobra, nice little shots. Akim and Banana and Rainy going down as well. So that will hold a bit of this momentum at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they still are kind of getting this
Oh,
position on the card.
Daggerman gets the drop on Cobra. Nice. Gonna try to step the sentry, but not gonna get it down. Pyro and NG too quick on it.
This is a really forward sentry gun coming out of old custody here. Not an awful idea when your team's in this kind of position. I mean, I just hate the sentry on the second point anyway, so, you know, I'm always interested in seeing what else might be tried.
Yeah, at least if your team is forward, why can't your sentry be forward as well, as long as you can get it out, should they choose to retreat. There's always the risk. But, yeah, I mean, so far this foothold is working wonders. They haven't been able to crest the hill on the side of Methamphetamain, and these seconds are quite precious for them, as they don't have quite as many of them as they would have liked.
Who has full advantage? Did something happen to Wasteman?
They must have.
Yeah,
I
must
didn't
have,
see
'cause, yeah, he's
what.
got no boomerang.
Oh. Okay, apparently Mithy just ran into got Wasteman. So, you know, if you got your Wasteman Death bingo card out, you can put Scout on there.
Unfortunate for him, because his team is now going to have another long slog to build that Uber before they have any chance of pushing this. At least
Oh, and Wasteman's just been sniped again.
Oh, man.
Oh, they do get the force out onto Boo though, at the very least. I think it was Akim that actually got it in the end, but Wasteman has asked us to Google D's. I don't know what D's are, but
I'm sure he'll let us know.
yeah, I'm sure someone in chat will let us know.
Yeah, chat, what is these?
But yeah, in the meantime, just Henry getting this stuff. It Cobra sniped again. Is that the exact same spot? No, it wasn't. Thank God.
This is really brutal for the Methamphetamain push here, because they just can't get an Uber going. I mean, the force on Boo have been pretty good so far, preventing sort of any shenanigans there, but it just doesn't help unless they get their own Uber.
Yeah, I mean, they've been trying their best, and they're actually getting a fair bit of forward pressure, despite like literally never having heals. You know, and yeah, they actually will get second off of all that just pressure from Bakes and the Heavy.
Yeah, I guess
So,
they don't need an Uber after all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you learn to live without it.
Yeah, you don't have one, you just gotta wait to...
Yeah, they will, and they got pretty far forward onto third, as this Uber's gonna come out now, aggressive onto the Scout, getting juggled. The Dibby does go down before it's quite over, and the Pyro...
Wasteman dying to the Pyro!
The Pyro just submits in. So, for you bingo cards in chat.
Add the Pyro to the list.
I feel bad, I don't want to pick on Wasteman, you know, we don't have those games as a medic. But I mean, come on, man.
It's all good fun, it's all good fun. It's friendly banter, Wasteman.
Yeah. And, yeah, just some fragmenting trade back and forth here. Akim getting quite a bit done. Cleaning out those flank numbers. But did go down himself as well, so there's a minute and 12 left to push here. It is, I think, possible, but it's going to be difficult. Daggerman got pushed by the sentry, I think, off the cliff.
He did get Cobra just before it though, so it's going to relieve the pressure for Methamphetamain, give Banana a chance to maybe get a force or a drop.
Yeah, it is a window, but it's a very narrow window. We'll have to see if they can actually contest this. I've just seen Wasteman die again. This time the soldier just flying around, doing what he does. Uber's gonna come straight out onto the cut. And, oh, we do see Demo Man off the cliff get yeeted. But, I think that is a bit of a consolation prize at this point.
Yeah, with 26 seconds left, there's not much Methamphetamain can do here to actually get anything done. I don't think it's physically possible to push the cart over to fourth in that amount of time, so...
I don't think it is, but 15 seconds is plenty of time to get a sick frag clip all up at your stats. And that is the average time. The first round is going to go the way of the Goobers. But as I said, is best of 3. It is not over yet.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that Methamphetamain had their work cut out for them for exactly where they have to improve here. You know, they've got to manage to keep that medic alive, get those Ubers out.
We'll have to see if they can do any better.
I mean, there's not too much of a chance they get a worse time. So, I mean,
I mean, well,
we hope. I mean, we're not gonna cast his cursor, right?
come on. You gotta give them a bone, right? This is their map pick. They've got some insane strat that they're holding out.
Yeah,
I've been told that there's some content coming in the chat, so we'll have to see what that means.
Yeah. Well, good to see that that they're looking out for us. Wasteman and Banana will rule, you know.
Yeah, Wasteman always looking out for the casters, and but yeah, we'll see if there's anything special coming out from the defense. I don't see much. Actually, there's a brass beast on the field.
Right.
There's
well, you see,
a human sentry gun.
That was actually the lulling into false sense of security round. You know, you see Vashta's attempting his new strats because he thinks his team's got this, and now's when Methamphetamain really comes out in full gear and shows them what strats they've been keeping in reserve.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, it's interesting, in Australia, I noticed at least in 6s, heavies like to run the brass beast on last. It's just, I've never seen it in any other region, but Australia just has an affinity for the weapon, so...
It's people who don't understand what heavy's supposed to do, in my opinion. I can never get a hold of it, honestly.
I don't know. Well, either way, we'll have to see if it works out. Sentry in a pretty standard spot. Other than that, we'll just have to see what Blue are going to do to crack this defense. They had a pretty decent first last time, so we'll see if they can repeat history here. Again, Dave Ward on the direct hit, going to try and sniff out some people.
So far, no sack wave coming out, so, you know, not the same sort of thing they did last time, but yeah. Oh, wait, right, of course.
Oh, but Kim goes down straight away to the Wrangler. That's not a great start, and Dave Ward just got stabbed before he can even go in, so... You know, cut pressure being had, but the sack wave's been picked up on a fair bit. See if maybe the jetpack pyro's gonna come out. No back burner. Disappointed.
Yes, very disappointed, but I mean, at the moment...
Yeah. Oh, man, absolutely juggled into the brass beast.
Yikes.
Literally set up exclusively for the sack wave.
It tends to work out pretty well so far, although the sacks haven't been super dominant out of Methamphetamain at the moment.
Yeah, it has been, but just not able to find a ton going forward here. So yeah, it's attempt number 2 now. See if they just want to try for something here. Maybe go for an exchange. We gotta see the medic walking up on the left. Looks like it's just going to be the exchange.
Yeah, Cobra's down, so that's now going to leave a lot more space to move forward with this.
Oh no! Henry! Kim and Dave are down as before the Uber can be used. Boo did force, and Wasteman actually still has his Uber. So this is ironically very good for them. But they still have another sentry to deal with on first. They might not remember he's there.
Yeah, down to that quick play by Dave Aura.
3 directs.
2 minutes for first cap, you know? I mean, it's not the worst possible time. They can make this up by doing some quick other pushes.
Yeah, they can. I think, if anything, we've learned from the last second push is that they need to start getting control of this hill, or they're going to have a very hard time, because they could not retake it when Goobies were actually in this forward hold last. But this is going to be the aggressive people coming out. They're going to use that advantage, but they are getting absolutely denied to hell and back. I think the Pyro ran out of ammo.
The Pyro from Goobers managed to ear blast Akeem off the cliff while he had full Uber on him as well.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. You know, the Pyro class, he does that.
And Wasteman dying, I think, again to Kenway, judging by his comment.
Yeah, it is, and 2 big stabs coming up for Henry. Stop that car in its tracks.
2 big stabs and a pistol kill.
Yeah. That's just, you know, Boo on the full Uber. This is a little rough for the Methamphetamain. We'll have to see if Davor may be the hero that has really their team's hero. See if they can make anything happen, but just been denied in the meantime. Absolutely annihilated by Cobra, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the end of the world. Boo has shown to be able to pop to these forces. So, you know, as long as they get this kind of forward play here, then that shouldn't be too bad. But, I mean, it's still looking pretty grim time-wise.
Yeah, it really is. See, Akim is posturing up with his team here, maybe going for a drop play. Actually, just gonna have to spend
that. Likely to drop, dude. Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty good at hitting that right click when they need to be. Maybe a bit too quick on it, but you know.
At times, but actually, just again, all this forward pressure, they're gonna choose just to give it up. And Uber's arriving at even 346. It's not impossible.
Yeah, it's not impossible at all. A quick third push here does set them on a path for a very good time. And even if they take, you know, just another little while for it, it's still not the end of the world for them as long as they get a quick fall.
Yeah, upward, you can definitely see some sort of pushes, but Rainy Bank's getting found straight away. Those are some of your risk pushes. They're not going to be making much forward momentum right now. See, Cobra has so much free reign right now.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, Banana
do
getting
whatever he
taken down
wants.
by Gus as well there is going to be brutal for their pressure, especially because, I mean, Wasteman needs to get forward and get out of here to get a good Uber down, but Akim getting deleted by a sticky trap from music.
Yeah, but Cobra cleaning out the cut as well with a diffuser. It's very rough right now. Oh, and look at Rainy. Just getting caught up by a scout. Just wanted to have a nice snack.
This is looking pretty rough because while Wasteman hasn't been forced or died, they haven't been able to get out of this sort of forward area to get any pressure.
Yeah.
Akim going down again as soon as he tries to stick through that door.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, yeah, you're not losing your medic now, but you can't really do anything to these Ubers if you can't leave this room.
Yeah, and that's a lot of time that's going to be taken off them because they've had even Ubers now for a very long time. They just haven't been able to get anything done.
Yeah, they haven't. Looks like the exchange now finally gonna come out. But look at that little bit in the sky! That's a satellite being launched.
Charge in a row where he's been sent off the head.
Kim, why is air blast 50%? 50 times? Maybe it's like, you know, like when you play Smash, you know, and you have like the percentages, that's how far your character gets knocked back? That's just him.
That's just what's happening with him all the time. Oh man.
Maybe we found out something here, but...
You hidden TF2 mechanic.
Yeah. I don't know. This is very rough. Again, actually, when the Ubers are out of the equation and they just sort of give up on it, is when they make the most forward progress.
It looks like they're really...
It's been a consistent trend.
It has been, yeah. It looks like they're really hard focusing, sort of babysitting Wasteman while he's got Uber. And then sort of when he doesn't, they just go for it.
Afterwards, they just throw him to the wind, yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working better. Maybe he's weighing him down a little. Wasteman got... Oh my god, Vashta. Absolutely wiped out any attempt at a tiles push there.
The 3K getting the Demo Man and the medic. It's brutal.
Yeah, that's rough, buddy. But we'll have to see if they can crack this nut on last. Again, full Uber ad in the hams of Boo. As just an attempt to take tiles is coming out. Dibidova doing his best to make space and actually doing a pretty good job of it. As Vashta gets sent out. Look at that! Boo is caught out actually. It was only the heavy there and they were completely separated. So just gonna have to use to save himself and run out. You have a bit of eye contact with the spider.
Yeah, sure enough, without Uber, Methamphetamain managed to get a pretty successful push going, managed to force out that
Look
Uber.
at this! The cut actually might just get over the edge, just gonna get stopped, but... Like, look at that. Look at how fast they pushed last, but they just didn't care.
Yeah. They need to stop, I mean, Wasteman dies again to Cobra in that, which actually might be a benefit for their team, because now they're not going to have that Uber and they're going to just have to play it.
Yeah, like they're just taking these dry fights and it's working. But yeah, Henry gets shut down there, Davor trying to get something done, but not going to do it. And yeah, Daggerman, huge stab onto the sniper and sap onto the gun. Just going to be a nuisance to this NG and give his team a lot of space to move forward. We'll take it down and kill the NG. Yeah, Wasteman died. Yeah.
Not the worst situation with them, like we've said, though, because now Boo's coming up. Ooh, gets stabbed by Mega Man.
Yeah, again, no heals. This is their chance. They need to get on this cut, and they will. Scout and NG on it. Soldier going down, trying to deny, but Henry and Miffy going to clean it out, and they just can't quite get it over the edge.
Now's actually now looks like a pretty good time for Methamphetamain here. They do have uber advantage, 50% advantage here. All they need to do is regroup their players and push this with this ad, and they'll be able to get this card, which is so close, just over the edge. As long as they actually manage to push aggressively.
Yeah, they will. They just really need a coordinated death ball to just get there. Like, you just need to, alright, rally the lads, pull your hands together, and then just charge.
Akeem behind the Cobra there is just going to blunt any hopes they had of that push.
And they do actually have, they do have a full, or not a full ad, but a decent ad here. They can make that push off of that. Actually, okay. Yeah, they do. Okay. It's a festive minigun. I looked at it, I thought it was crits for a moment. I was like, what the? No, it's not. Okay, thank God. And yeah, see, this here we're gonna come in. Akeem gonna try to lock out those spawn areas, and look at this. The cart pushes forward. This is actually gonna happen. They're flashing the people pushing the cart. This is a good start. And it will make it over the edge. Alright, there we go.
There we go. 9 minutes 22. Not the greatest time I've ever seen on Upward, to be honest.
But it's not the worst I've seen.
Yeah, definitely not the worst I've seen. I mean, probably worst I've seen is a 14-minute final or 12-minute, one of the two. It wasn't by my team though, so you can't hold that against.
You know, yeah, there you go. Doesn't matter what the worst time is, as long as it's not yours.
Exactly. You know, so there's definitely a chance here for Methamphetamain to hold this properly. Sure enough, though, if they lose this one, that is their problem.
Okay, there is a runway here. If you look at these crit stickies on the tracks, it's a runway.
I'm assuming this is to receive the sacks coming out of Goobers, which were really effective last time they did them.
Sure. We'll go with that. I'm curious to see how it'll pan out.
I'm sure there's some strategy behind it, and this isn't just, you know, sticky out pre-game.
But we'll have to save it for the interview.
Yeah.
What I want to see them do is just throw a soldier up on hill and have him skip jump through there like a runway, and then onto the steps and like zip it.
Oh man, you know, we need liftoff. How's he gonna take off though when all the stickies are on the ground?
I don't know.
Anyways, we're actually behind now on 1 HP, or sorry, 5 HP. Doesn't get the stab or the sap though. So.
Not quite.
Here goes user into the skybox.
Yeah, not gonna find anything. These are trickle sacks, not working too great.
The stickies are already gone. He's sitting them back up.
What happened to them?
I don't know, he's sitting them back up though.
No, not quite in the same position.
No, the sticky well's thrown them off, but I mean, clearly there's some kind of strategy behind it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious now. I can't get my mind off that.
There they go. User lands right on top of the stickies and gets taken out. There's the landing strip. The landing strip is for user.
Yeah, I mean, I think he saw where he landed last time he sacked and just put it right there. Yeah. And I mean, hey, it worked.
It worked out pretty well, so...
I mean, all things considered, these sacks are actually being stomped very effectively. Like, we've been sort of verbally shitposting here.
No, they are working out pretty well at stomping out this sort of forward momentum that Goobers managed to pull off so well last time.
Yeah. Oh, Pyro going down. Break off of this exchange is actually going to be pretty big. As it is a better Uber, though, for Methamphetamain. It's just a question of if they can actually do anything with it. But as Rainy and Banana go down, it just clearly doesn't even matter. Just going to have to back it out.
Now, all eyes are on Wasteman. If he manages to survive this, his team is in a pretty decent spot for this hold because they will have even Ubers.
Should. Yeah, he will definitely manage to survive this. Okay, thank God. But yeah, still 7.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time on the clock. And the spawn is now just coming in for the defense. It doesn't look like they managed to get any sort of presence on the hill. Just gonna have to opt to hold it back. Not necessarily a bad thing. As, oh my God. I feel bad. Gus missed like 4 direct hit air shots.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Boo is gonna survive there.
He was following a straight line, man. Hit on that end diff, man.
Yeah. Just needs to play more Kovacs.
Yeah. Does Kovacs have an air shot scenario? I'm not actually sure.
It does, but I don't think you're supposed to play it.
Anyway, the second's been cast.
Yeah, while we were talking, that is a really quick cap out from them actually. Still 6 minutes 45.
Yeah, and you see, this defense is actually still holding around in upper, so not gonna quite give it up yet.
Yeah, we'll see if Methamphetamain will be as good as Goobers were in shutting out the sword.
We've got invisible spies bumping into each other and getting found. Not sure if you saw that.
I did not see that. One of the chance. What aggressive Uber from user though.
Yeah, it will be. But again, not really finding a ton, just Pyro's juggling. Wasteman is in the skybox. But it's all eyes Uber. But then Henry with the post Uber again, Divianak him down.
It's a chain stab. He never gets one stab, it's always 2 or nothing, you know?
Yeah, and like that's 6 down on the defense. They just have to give up 3rd. And now it's a 6-minute last hold on the cards.
Wasteman alone right now, you know, in uppers. Henway is approaching.
Does it matter?
We'll have to see. Henway is now in position behind Wasteman. Only a scout to predict.
Oh no,
the
no,
Demon Man
Akim
has-
is so... Akim bombed a spy.
It worked, because Medica's a lot off. Yeah, the Demon Man to the finger.
He Medic's alive longer than they were going to be.
Exactly, you know.
There you go, that's the way to look at it.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's now Tiles control. Maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, no, there it is. Vashta. Gonna absolutely wipe out what remained there.
Faster just has no chill, man.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Voiceman now in chat throwing shade at his own heavy.
Don't quite know why. I'm assuming he might have actually body blocked the headshot or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see exactly what happened. Let that Daggerman gonna finally take out Cobras who've just been raining in tiles. But you know, this is a chance to stabilize, but I mean 5 minutes is going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, 5 minutes is a brutal time to defend last. If they're gonna defend it on any point, it's gonna be this last, but I'm big.
Look at how much momentum this guy has already found. It's already in prime position, and Wasteman's gone down. I mean, as we've seen, how much that matters, I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I mean,
but I think everyone else in the team dying might matter a little bit more.
Yeah, that's
As
gonna be
it is going to be over
okay.
the edge, and that is game. Semifinals are going to be won by the Goobies. So they'll be in the grand finals against the Goblins.
It was a pretty dominant showing from Goobers on Asheville, which we expected as was their map pick. But even on Methamphetamain's map pick, things just didn't go quite as well for them. I think it really says something if your team is playing better without Uber and without a medic than they are with it.
Yeah, we got some combined lugs, courtesy of good old Connor. Just use it kind of badly, but then followed up immediately by Henry and Cobra before Akim. I think is pretty indicative of how that combo was going. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, we've been Critcast. Follow us all on that Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, that. Follow us on, join our Discord as well. Yes, it's been recently partnered and all that fancy stuff. We're going to be looking at Grands next week for this Respawn League coverage. Also, Asian Highlander playoffs starting shortly. So we'll try to cover some of that as well. You can get that all here. Give it a follow. And with all that, Abinaya with Luggnuts and Connor, and we'll see you.
Hi, old beaver! Away!